Today I wanted to share with you the top 15 RV items that you guys, our viewers, have been purchasing over the past year. Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Wait. Today I wanted to share with you the top 15 RV items that you guys, our viewers, have been purchasing over the past year. Now, as you know, in our previous videos and all of our videos, we always have links in the video description below for all the RV items that we talk about and that we've been using as full-time RVers over the past 3 years. So today I wanted to share with you the most popular and clicked on items that you guys have been checking out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. And at number 15 on the list, Eternabond tape. I always recommend traveling with some Eternabond tape anytime you go anywhere. It's going to seal any kind of tear in your roof membrane. It's going to patch any leak or holes to just make sure your camper is waterproof. This stuff is super awesome. In fact, I probably end up planning on doing the whole top of all my RV outer edges and anything around the AC units with Eternabond tape to seal up the whole roof of the camper. And as you can see, my buddy Ross over at RV Tips and Travels did exactly just that. And I'll put a link down to his YouTube channel so you can go check out that video, as well as some of his other great content. It's a great item to travel with. Number 14, the Save a Drop Water Flow Meter. This thing is excellent when you want to fill up your fresh water tank before you travel. Say you only want to put 5 gallons in there and you want to know exactly how much water is going into your tank, or when it's time to clean out your black tank and flush it out, you can keep track of exactly how much water you're putting into your black tank so you don't overflow it and have a dangerous situation. Coming in at number 13, the IWISS PEX CINCH tool. This is essential to have to do any kind of plumbing in your RV. This is a tool that is going to crimp and cinch the PEX clamps on your PEX piping. Without this, you really can't do any kind of water modification. And as you guys know, we have a few videos on that. And again, I'll have links to previous videos that will show more in depth about each one of these items that we've talked about. So if you click in the video description below, you can go back, you can look at these videos, and if you're curious about any of these items, you can see where we really get into depth about talking more about these items. Number 12, 303 AEROSPACE UV Protectant. I use this stuff on everything. I use it on my tires, my rubbers, my seals, my dashboard, the plastic on the vehicles, decals. This stuff is just the best UV protection out there that you can get, and that's a great item for anybody. Next up on the list, the water pressure regulator valve. Guys, this is just a basic, essential day one item that you need to have as soon as you start camping. The water pressure, if it's too high, can definitely be harmful for your plumbing inside your RV. So you hook up this regulator and you can actually adjust it, turn up the pressure or turn down the pressure to get the correct water pressure at your camping site. Okay, moving on. The heavy duty rubber wheel chocks. We use these, been using these for 3.5 years. These are great. If you accidentally run them over, they're not going to crack like the plastic ones. They also tend to bite and hold better on a concrete slab when you're chalking the camper up. They have a little eye bolt, you can tie them together to easily carry them. Just another day one item that you guys need to have. Number 9, Happy Campers RV Tank Treatment. And I'll tell you right now, we have a whole video on black tank maintenance, how to properly handle all of that stuff. Go check that video for more in depth on all your black tank issues, worries, needs, maintenance. But the Happy Campers treatment is what we've been using for, again, over 3 years full-time RVing. We really don't ever have any smell in the RV, no clogs. I can't recommend this stuff enough. I know there's some other great products out there. All I can do is speak from personal experience, and we've been using this so long that I'm just afraid to switch to anything else because it really has been so good to us. Number 8, the THETFORD RV Drain Lube. And this is another great product for your black tank and your gray tanks. What you're going to do with this is simply pour it down into the tank, and this is going to keep the gate valves lubed. Where your black tanks, the gray tanks open up, there's actually a little gate inside there. When you go to pull those handles, it's going to open up. And if you don't keep those things lubed, they're going to start getting gummed up, stuck, and then you're going to start having issues. So there's no surprise to me that this comes in at the top 10 on the list. Number 7, the VALTERRA gate valve. And this is another one of those items that I highly recommend you need to get on day one before you start your RVing experience. This will help you from getting into, well, a messy, sticky situation. You're going to want this as a first line of defense. When you go to take your cap off your sewer hose, if there was any kind of accidents, if any of your gray tanks or black tanks didn't close properly and you're traveling down the road and you go to take that cap off, well, you're going to have a big mess. So with this gate valve being closed, you can safely take that cap off, hook your hose up, and then open the gate. And if there was anything that was in there jostling around, loosening up, it's not going to come out and get on you. Number 6, the NEIKO 1/2-inch drive flip socket set. This is a very useful item to have on hand if you ever need to change a tire on the road. Maybe you have the Anderson hitch. Check all your bolts and connections down below on your suspension or your hitch. This is a convenient little case. It's going to give you 8 different sizes, and it's something I use all the time, and I see why you guys enjoy it as well. Okay, we're coming up into the top 5. And if you guys are liking this video so far, go ahead and give a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we have tons of videos on RV preventative maintenance, DIY projects, modifications, RV how-tos, organizing and storage, and things like that. Now, let's go ahead and get into it, the top 5. Okay, coming in at number 5 is the JR Products 90-degree brass elbow hose saver. And what this is simply a 90-degree brass elbow that you're going to hook up in your wet bay. You're going to hook your water hoses to these. It's going to prevent the water hose from bending and putting pressure on your connections inside your wet bay. This is a great item to have. Most RVers have these, and I see why you guys are purchasing these as well. Okay, next, water quick connects. I love these things. I think I have 2 sets of them now. With my water softener and everything we run, I have quick connects all over the place. No more getting wrenches out, no more dealing with tight connections. Now when I get to a spot, I can easily hook up all of my water systems with just a quick snip and connection. I love these things. This is one of my favorite items, and as I can see, it's one of your favorite items too. And at number 3, the ProFlex RV Sealant by GeoCell. Great item here for preventive RV maintenance. Whole video on this, how to properly seal your RV when the time comes. It's not a fun job. It's something you should do every year, and check all your sealants every year. This stuff is going to beat the regular silicone that usually comes standard from the RV dealerships. Once you put this stuff down, you won't have to worry about it. It's going to last longer. You can reapply it over itself. So if you want more information on that, you can check out the link in the video description below. I'll also put a link to it up here. It's a great video. It's not a fun job, but as we know, water is the #1 enemy for these RVs, and this is going to help your RV last a lot longer. At number 2, the 242-piece fuse kit. As we know, these babies behind us have tons of different little fuses all over the place, from 5 amps, 2 amps, 10 amps, 30 amps. And a lot of them are hiding in little places, but when something goes wrong, it's just a great little item to have. You don't have to run to the store. It's gonna pretty much probably last you forever, and anytime you blow a little fuse, you're always gonna have the easy replacement. So that's why I carry that one, and I understand why you guys have been purchasing that one as well. The #1 most clicked on and purchased item over the past year for my videos that you guys, my viewers, have been purchasing, and that is the water alarm detectors. And I've actually mentioned these things in a few videos. They're not expensive. It's a pack of 3. You take these water alarm detectors, you place them in strategic locations under your basements or kitchen sinks, wherever you may have a potential plumbing issue or leak, and these things will go off as soon as they just get a drop of water on the sensor, alerting you to know, hey, you have an issue. I keep them down behind my basement wall, and it's no surprise to me that, again, that this was the #1 item that you guys have been clicking on and purchasing, because the last thing you want is a leak in your camper and you're not knowing about it for a few days, and then you have potential for even a bigger problem. As always, guys, I appreciate you coming here and checking out the video. Don't forget, stop by every week, check out the channel, get out there, start your full-time RV adventure, because why wait? We'll see you guys next week.